In this video I shall explain secant method. With the help of secant method we can solve an algebraic or transcendental equation in the form f of x equal to 0 for the real variable x. The working rule that we follow in the case of secant method is as follows. In the first step we identify an interval x0, x1 in which a root of the equation f of x equal to 0 lies, by knowing that f of x0 and f of x1 have opposite signs. With the help of intermediate value theorem we can always say that whenever f of x0 and f of x1 have opposite signs, a root of the equation fx equal to 0 lies in the interval x0, x1. Let that root be alpha. By having or noting down this particular interval x0, x1, we use the ends of the interval as the initial approximations. With these two initial approximations we go for calculating the first approximation denoted by x2. In the case of secant method, to get the first approximation or by using the initial approximations x0 and x1, the formula to be used is this one, which is x0 minus x1 minus x0 by f of x1 minus f of x0 into f of x0. With the help of this formula you can get the first approximate of alpha denoted by x2 here. So by having x2 value and by using x1 and x2 values you can get the second approximation denoted by x3. So as in the case of bisection method and regular falsi method, here we need not do the process of bracketing of the root. So whenever the bracketing of the root is not necessary, we go for using x2 value directly, and as this formula requires two values to iterate, we use x1 and x2 to get the next approximation x3, which provides the second approximation of alpha. So x3 will be in terms of x1 and x2, and in general xn plus 1 will be in terms of xn minus 1 and xn, and it provides the nth approximation of alpha. So with the help of these formulae we can iterate the process of secant method, and we continue this till two successive approximations of alpha coincide in required number of decimal places. While doing particular problems in the case of applying secant method, we calculate a root corrected to 4 decimal places. As the accuracy, as the convergence is faster compared to bisection and regular falsi method, we calculate the roots corrected to 4 decimal places. That is all about the working rule of secant method. Now let me explain you. A solved problem. Here the problem is, use secant method to estimate the root of the equation x cube minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0. To obtain the solution of the given equation, we just copy down the given equation. We write it in the form fx equal to 0. If it is not given in the form fx equal to 0, here it is given in the fx equal to 0 form only. The expression on the left hand side, which is x cube minus 2x plus 5, is nothing but f of x here. And on having f of x, usually we go for noting down the values of f of 0, f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, so on, till two successive values obtained with opposite signs. In the case of this particular function, we didn't get two successive functional values with opposite signs on the positive side of 0. So we considered the negative side of 0, the x values on the negative side of 0 as minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 with usual step size 1, and we calculated the functional values at 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 in this particular case, so that we came to know that f of minus 2 and f of minus 3 are obtained with the opposite signs or having opposite signs, and hence the corresponding x values minus 2 and minus 3 contribute the interval of these two x values, as minus 3 is the lesser one, you put it as the left end of the interval. So minus 3 comma minus 2 is the interval in which the root of the equation, given equation lies. So minus 3 and minus 2 serve as the two initial approximations. These two serve as the initial approximations, are the starting values. With these two starting values, we can go for calculating the first approximation denoted by x2, and the general formula to be used in the case of secant method is this one: xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus 1 minus xn minus xn minus 1 by f of xn minus f of xn minus 1 into f of xn minus 1. So with the help of calculator, you can get x2 value as minus 2.05882. As we want to calculate the root corrected to 4 decimal places, we note down the values up to 5th decimal place by using the calculator for 5 places fixation. So the starting values to initiate the process are minus 3 and minus 2. Using these two values, you can get x2 value, and using x1 and x2 values, using x1 and then x2 values, you can get x3 value, once again with the help of this formula. So for the next iteration, x2 and x3 are to be used to get x4, and so on. So by continuing this one, you can get two successive x values coinciding in the first 4 decimal places, and leaving the last decimal place, you can conclude the answer. And regarding the usage of calculator, the formula to be used is xn minus 1 minus xn minus so on, as the suffixes cannot be obtained in the calculator, and as you can use xn minus 1 in place of xn minus 1, you can use x itself, and in case of xn you can use y. So let this one be x and let this one be y. While using the calculator, let us consider this one by x and this one by y, so that the formula to be used in the case of using the calculator becomes x minus y minus x, y minus x by f of y minus f of y. F of x is this much, x cube minus 2x plus 5, so f of y. Y cube minus 2y y cube minus 2y plus 5. It is f of y minus f of xn minus 1 means we need to type f of x only, which is x cube minus 5 minus 2x plus 5. And this is to be multiplied with f of xn minus 1 means f of x only, x cube minus 2x plus 5. So this is the expression corresponding to the formula to be used in secant method. So on getting this one in the calculator, you go for pressing calculate key, and then it asks for x and y values. For the first iteration, x value is to be given as minus 3 and y value to be given as minus 2. So minus 3 and then press equal to, and then give y value as minus 2 and then press equal to for 2 times, and you will get the expression value as minus 2.0588. And let us fix the calculator for 5 decimal places. As we want to calculate the root corrected to 4 decimal places, let us note down the values up to 5th decimal place. So now the expression value up to 5th decimal place is minus 2.05882, minus 2.05882. Okay, and for getting the next approximation you need to use x1 and x2. So by using x1 and x2 values, once again in the formula, x value is to be given now for the second iteration as minus 2, and then on pressing equal to the y value to be given, which is minus 2.05882. So by giving y value, the expression value will be obtained as minus 2.09656, minus 2.09656. And for the next iteration, x2 and x3 are to be used. Once again, with the help of the calculator, you can get these values, and you continue this one till 2 successive x values approximations coincide in the first 4 decimal places. Here it is minus 2.0945. So the last 2 successive functional x values are coinciding in the first 4 decimal places, and hence the root of the given equation becomes minus 2.0945. Thank you.